once again. My name is Glenn Williams, and I'm here to talk about the impact of school closings in the community and how it affects the businesses, the homeowners, the children, and the residents and the infrastructure itself. It's like a school all of a sudden just disappears. All of the people in it disappears. Doors open, windows open, building is abandoned, and how it affects all of the people around. The businesses, they no longer have anyone to come into the stores. They're used to having the employees, the teachers, the janitors, basically the community that comes in, the parents that walk their children to and from school, the children that come in and shop, and they lose a lot of business that way, and they can't stay open. Also, the gas stations that's used to the employees coming through the community to pick up gas and little snacks before they go to work or on the way home from work, the grocery store that they might buy some groceries or beer and wine, and they might pick up a beer and wine. Children, they like to go to the candy stores to and from the store, and so the little candy stores and different things like that that the children love. It's affected by the closings of the school. My question is, what is the plan? What is the big idea? And what are some of the solutions? My name is Glenn Williams. I lived here in Detroit for over 49 years, and I've seen some of the best parts of the city. I've seen the city when it was really on top and prospering, and jobs and everything, and the schools were filled. I'm used to seeing children and ladies and gentlemen walking up and down the streets and accessing the parks and different things. But now that the schools are vacant in the communities, what you do see is you see the children early in the morning at the bus stop waiting to go to a schools in other neighborhoods, and it's usually early in the morning before light, or in the evening just before dark and somewhat dark, where they're really vulnerable to the environment of the desolation and the elements that lurk in the dark. So it's kind of scary when you have a school open and around and the children have nowhere to go for safety because all of the businesses are closed, the gas stations is boarded up, and the lighting infrastructure, all the lights, most of them be out, things of that nature, as well as the residents. When you go through the residential areas down the actual streets and things, what you actually see is the majority of the homes are burnt out, vacant and empty. So what is the plan? What is the big idea? What kind of solutions are we going to come up with to solve this problem? Our children are suffering, our parents are suffering, the community is suffering, but mainly the children have to go to schools, and they find that they're in schools that the people don't know them because they come from a different neighborhood. They're treated different, and they have to go through all of those particular issues. And the senior citizens and homeowners are affected because, they were used to having people around them and witnesses and protection, and they love the children and different things, and they're basically homeowners that are dug in for life once they've paid for their home. And all of the rest were rental properties. As the people moved out, they were either firebombed to keep drug activities from going on, or either swatters moved in and accidents happened. But as one person moves out of a home, another home is burnt down, and then another person moves out of a home. Shortly after, it is stripped, condemned, and burnt down, house after house, and the community slowly diminishes. The population slowly gets smaller and smaller. Basically, it's really tight. So what I would want you to get out of all of this that I'm saying today is You can do your own research. Go online, get in the newspaper, see, type in the effects or impacts of research on, impacts of school closings in communities such as the metropolitan areas and the urban areas in the inner city, where the population and basically low income and middle income areas. You'll see for yourself um, what is the plan, what is the big idea, and what are some of the solutions. What we can do is we can start attending the city hall meetings, the town hall meetings. We can start getting out and be more active in our voting and participation. And we could actually see what's going on in the plans. We could always log on and find out what the city and the Board of Education's got going on for the areas. Where are the deficits and where are the pluses? You'll see that right now they're under budget and they're cutting and laying off a lot of Board of Education employees. So we don't know what this is going to be like. All we know is the community is dying and is in dire need of people with knowledge and help, and the vote counts. So when you get out and you vote, vote no on these proposals that destroy the community. Yes, I understand that schools need help, and when they become absolute to the community, when their population is smaller than what the intake of the school is, you're still supposed to try to save a community, because the majority of people have no other places to go, and the income that they are on, or set income, especially the senior citizens, they can't just up and move to safe neighborhoods without sacrificing all of their safe incomes and giving up some things. So we really need a plan. We need to stick together. The more knowledgeable you are of the areas, the better this thing will be. All I can say is take time out, ask your city officials, remember who you vote for, maybe let them know what is the plan, what is the big idea, and what are the solutions for the problems and the backlash. Some are eyes desolate. We have actually had some schools that were tore down turn into Myers shopping markets, but I've actually seen police stations and other different places, like tracks that could have been for the youth and different things that could have kept the youth out of trouble, destroyed right along in there. So I grew up in this city, I loved it, and it's a shame that everything is becoming desolate. I have a few references here from http detroitcb.cbslocal.com, and I have a http www.kbb.com where these articles come from, and the www.huffingtonpost, and Detroit school closings, and Mayberry Elementary school closing. You will see all of the different areas of deficits from school closing and the major impacts. Don't just take it for granted that everything's going to go right, because even if it's not a community of yours, the surrounding areas to your community become desolate, and property values and infrastructure fails in other areas, and actually safety issues and hazards also become with desolation, with deterioration of streets and roads and buildings and bridges and everything else part of the infrastructure. When they figure that this is desolate, then they cut off the water, the utilities, and different things to the whole area. Now the question is, do we want it to become urban farmland, or do we actually have something for it? What is the plan? Are we going to have a farm and raise chickens and vegetables? What is the plan? What is the big idea? Let us know something. Don't just do things and leave us desolate. What are the solutions to the problems in the aftermath? Thank you. Have a wonderful day.